Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoint and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to give you an insight into everything that you need to know before you buy a Tesla. This might show you some of the things that you've never even considered, and it might answer some of those questions that I do get regularly, which could either encourage or actually put you off getting one. So owning a Tesla is like no other car that I've had before, and this is my 9th car, and that's from the ordering process to collecting, driving, charging and maintaining it. So I hope today's video is useful to you, and let's jump straight in. So the first thing to remember when ordering a Tesla, whether you're buying new, from inventory or leasing, is you should always use a referral link. So if you're buying from Tesla, you just click the link, the referral link that you've been provided, and you order your car straight through the website. Now you can still go to your local Tesla service centre and you can order it there, but to be honest there's no real benefit and it's definitely far easier to order online. Now if you're leasing your Tesla through say a third party, you can just give them the code to your broker and they'll order it for you. Now by using a referral code, you and the person's code that you're using will both benefit from 1,000 free supercharger miles, and you can use that on your new car at any supercharger station. Now if you've not got a code to use and you need or want those 1,000 free miles, you can always use my referral link, which is in the description of this video. So if you are ordering from Tesla's website, the whole process is really easy. So you can buy from the inventory, which means that the cars are already built and they're ready for collection, usually within a couple of weeks or so. Now these can be used, they can be ex-demo cars with a few thousand miles on the clock, or they can still be brand new. Just use the filters on the side of the page and you can change between the different colours and the different specs of your choice. Or you can go ahead and spec your own car to your own requirements through the design page. Now this means that you'll get exactly what you want and then you'll be given an estimated delivery date at the end. But I would definitely recommend checking out the inventory page first just to see if the car that you're actually wanting to order is already available. So once you've ordered, it's just a case of waiting for delivery day. So whatever your estimated delivery date is, be prepared that it could be sooner or it could be a lot later. Communication will be unpredictable and borderline frustrating at times, but be patient, it will eventually come. Now I found that by emailing them regularly was the best thing to do, but this was back in 2019 when the lead time was about 2 to 3 months. Now while waiting for your delivery day, which for me as I say was about 3 months, I would use this time to order any accessories you might want to pick up. So I've actually created an entire video dedicated to the Tesla accessories to buy, or the recommended accessories to buy, things like screen protectors and jack pads and vinyl plates. And I've also linked to it in the description of this video as well. So if you want to check out all the accessories on my kit list, you can go ahead and do that. You'll also want to ensure that you can get insurance sorted for your Tesla. Now most insurers out there will cover Teslas and electric cars in general, but it's definitely best to shop around as the current insurer that you're already using on say your petrol car might not be best fit. So I used Compare the Market and it narrowed it down to Churchill, and they were by far the cheapest insurer out there. That's for me in the UK, and that came in at £450 for year 1 and then £378 for year 2. And when it comes to searching for insurance, the optimum date to actually search for it is about 21 days prior to the date that you need it. And the reason for that is it's not too close to the date that insurers will hike their prices, and it's not too far away that they won't know how much that insurance is worth. Now another thing that I wanted to mention was what license you need to drive a Tesla, something that I'm not sure many have brought up before. Now in the UK you can either take a manual gears or an automatic driving test. Now most people do take the manual or stick shift driving test as it's more common to drive a manual car here. But with the future of driving automatic or electric cars, there could almost be no need at all for a manual test anymore. So if you've got a license already, obviously that doesn't matter, but it's just a thought. So anyone new who's learning to drive, assuming that they are only going to own say a Tesla or electric cars in the future, there may be no requirement for a manual gear test at all. So it's now collection day, you've received your text message, your phone call, your final invoice, and you've paid your balances off. You'll also have your registration documents ready to finalise your insurance. Now unlike other manufacturers, Tesla doesn't have 1 or 2 dealerships in every city and town around the country. They're quite spaced out, and my local, for example, is just over 50 miles away. So depending on where you live, you might actually be offered a home delivery service where they will bring the car to your home. Otherwise, you'll need to make your way to your local service centre to collect it. On the day, you'll also likely be shown a short presentation about the basics of the car, such as how to open the doors and how to plug a charger in. You've probably already watched dozens and dozens of YouTube videos at this point, so there's a good chance you'll know a lot more than what they're showing you on screen. Now the most important part of the collection though is you need to check the car over, which sounds absolutely ridiculous considering what you're actually buying here. But as much as I love the car, and the same goes for most Tesla owners, the whole quality control and pre-delivery inspection is almost non-existent. But you're better off going into this with a checklist, knowing that there could be a fault or there could be an issue with the car on the day that you collect it. So it could be something small like a misaligned door, and this could be sorted there and then, or it might be something more serious that needs a ranger visit at a later date. Now, people have actually rejected cars on delivery day, so if you're not happy, just walk away and ask to be matched to another car. Teslas come with up to 8 years warranty, so you get 4 years or 50,000 miles limited warranty, and that covers most repairs and replacements for defect parts of the car, and that's obviously as you'd expect with any manufacturer. And then you get up to 8 years or between 100 and 150,000 miles, and that's for your battery and your drive unit. And as the name suggests, the battery is covered for up to 8 years with a minimum retention capacity of 70%. So during the last year, I've actually had 3 warranty repairs done. Now obviously I wasn't charged for these as they were covered under warranty, but I do understand that some people are charged a diagnostic fee just for Tesla to take a look. Now this is then refunded or not charged at all if the fault is a warranty issue. I think this is more of a tactic on Tesla's part to stop people raising non-warranty claims, but it's just something to bear in mind. So when you're ready to book your car in for a service or a repair, the easiest and the only way to do this is through the app. So there's no need to visit or call your local service centre trying to explain what the issue is. You just choose it from a list in the app, you write a description, you add some photos, and then you just simply select the date and the time that you wish to visit. Now if it's something that can be fixed or diagnosed remotely, Tesla will do this and they will reach out to you. Otherwise, they will contact you a day or two before your service visit just to confirm that you're still attending. Now, I've actually covered an entire video on my service experience that I had last year, so if you want to check that out, you can. And it shows everything from the booking process right through to fixing the issue that I raised. In fact, they didn't actually fix the issue on the first attempt. So one of the biggest changes and challenges you'll face when owning a Tesla is charging it. So it doesn't matter how prepared you are, how many videos you watch, you're still going to have to make slight adjustments to your day-to-day habits of driving and essentially refueling it. So obviously with a petrol car, you could run it to the red line, you could drive to any petrol station, and you could fill it up within 5 minutes. Then you don't really think about it again until the next time you need to fill it up in, say, 300-400 miles. Whereas with an electric car, you need a little more planning. Now the easiest way to do this is at home. So you can install a charger on the side of your house for about £600 to £1,000 roughly. And this means that each night you can plug your car into the wall, and this takes a few seconds of your time each night, but it also then means you're waking up each morning to a fully charged car. But you can live without a dedicated charger, as you can actually use the 3-pin plug that a Tesla comes with, and then you can just plug it into any socket in your house or in your garage. But bear in mind that it will only charge at 10 miles an hour instead of the 30 miles you would get from a dedicated plug. So I would always recommend having a dedicated charger on the side of your house. It's so easy and it's so convenient. But if you don't have the option to charge at home, like say you live in a rented accommodation or a flat or no off-street parking, you could run this car without it. But you would then need to use public or work or superchargers instead. Now this will take some more planning, as you'll need to factor in driving to the chargers and waiting for your car to charge. It's not ideal, but certainly not impossible, especially if your place of work has chargers installed. So if you're looking at getting a Tesla, one of the biggest and most frequent words that you will hear thrown around, second to panel gaps, will be range anxiety, which to begin with, you will be obsessed with checking the state of charge, watching the graph, checking your phone, see what the remaining percentage is. But as time goes on, you'll understand the limits of the car and you will know how far you can get. Just remember to plan ahead and always use the sat-nav to plan your trips, and you will be absolutely fine. You can also use your sat-nav to find nearby chargers, or you can use an app on your phone like ZapMap, and from there you'll be able to see any local chargers to you. And one thing to note is realistic range will be a lot lower than what is predicted. Don't expect the range to be exact or above what's already listed in the car. And summer will always be better than winter, so during winter, definitely expect a lower efficiency. I've actually covered this in 2 separate videos on my channel. I did 1,000 miles in summer on a road trip, and then I did 400 miles in winter, so it's interesting to see what the efficiency difference is there. So unlike other cars, when there is a software or a firmware update on a Tesla, you don't need to visit a service centre, you don't need to book it in, and you certainly don't need to pay for it. You'll just get a notification on your phone, and you've got an update available, and you just update it from the comfort of your own home. Now these updates are done over the air, and you will need Wi-Fi to do this, and it can include minor bug fixes, new games, apps, and new features. Now the most recent update, for example, that included a new game, and it included the new user interface. So a bit like your mobile phone. It means that the car and the software is always improving and is always evolving. It usually takes about 25 minutes or so, and then you'll get a message once it's finished installing. And the next time you open up the car and you look on the dash, you can actually see the update that was applied, and you can see what new features you got as well. So like with any car, as soon as you buy it, you are at risk of it being outdated or improved with a newer version or a facelift. And Tesla is no different. In fact, it's probably a little bit worse. Teslas are always being tweaked, so it could be a slight change like a wireless charger or a magnetic sun visor, or it could be something bigger like a heat pump or electric boots or trunks. So yeah, these are more kind of tweaks as opposed to a facelift as we would see with other manufacturers. But obviously, as soon as you purchase the car, there's a good chance that in a month or 2 or 6 months that the car that you've got will be kind of outdated or will be missing features of what the next version already has. But obviously, if you want the latest Tesla and you're worried about the next version being better or an improved version of yours, there will never be a right time to buy. Now, depending on the country that you live in, there may be grants or incentives available for purchasing a Tesla or any electric car, so it's definitely worth checking this out before buying. Now, this could include interest-free loans, reduced purchase prices, or even grants towards installing a home charger. So these next 2 points might sound like I'm clutching at straws, but just hear me out. So with a Tesla, you do get some extra storage space up front, and that is in the frunk. Now, this is really useful for somewhere to store your charging cables or anything that you don't use on a daily basis. And the final point is the glove box. The glove box in a Tesla can be opened either using the touchscreen or the voice commands. Now, this might actually seem like a nuisance, but it's actually a great security feature, as it means you can enable a PIN and nobody can open your glove box, and there's no need to carry a physical key. But if you want to know more about my favourite tips, tricks and hidden features of a Tesla Model 3, I've actually created a dedicated video on that, which is now linked above. So that's my advice and insight into ordering, owning and driving a Tesla. Well, I hope this video was useful to you, and if you are looking at buying a Tesla and you don't have a referral link already, you can obviously use mine that's in the description. But if you've got any questions at all regarding a Tesla Model 3 or having any Tesla in general, please drop those in the comments and I will try to get back to you. Well, you've just made it to the end of another video, so thank you. Now, why don't you let me know what car you are currently driving or what Tesla you are looking to buy in the future, and just drop that in the comments, and I will then give you a thumbs up for making it this far in. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Now, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Until next time.